Hey, hey, hey! Leslie Nicole here. Happy Friday to everyone. I kind of took notes on some poster board for you guys so you can see it to believe it. I just kind of want to talk about a little bit of the bad from my past and let's move forward. But going back to like the drugs and all of that stuff that I was like wrapped up in and thought, that was like the main thing in my life. My house was broken into, I was raped, and I went to a doctor after I went to the hospital and did all that for self-healing, and they allowed me to get on Xanax, and it basically helped suppress all the memories and the anxiety, and God, without that drug, I was a hot mess. So like I literally had to take it all the time. And then it became habit forming. And, the 2 pills a day turned into 4, which turned into 7. And I was on a road to destruction, like how many pills can you eat before you overdose and die, Leslie? So I'm thankful for my stepkids in my 3rd marriage that found out that I had a problem, loved me enough to say, hey, like this is done. Like you're out of your mind. You're sleeping all the time. You're just taking the pills when you wake up. You're not even the same person that you used to be. Like you're done. So they would take my pill bottle, and you can't call the doctor anymore and be like, oh, I lost him, or hey, like there's so many regulations. It's even hard to get these days. If anybody takes substances or whatever, you know how they're regulated. So that wasn't an option for me. It was either just let it go and break through the freaking torture it took. It's a 2-week process to really get everything out of your system. Hot sweats and craziness and crying and mad and just helplessness, whatever it is, all these emotions that come over you while you're detoxing. But after the 14 days is over, you're healed, So if anyone out there is literally suffering from alcoholism or drugs or pills or whatever, know that you can, okay? 'Cause I'm not anything special over here. I'm just like you. I'm just a regular person that got caught up in the wrong thing at the wrong time, that thought that I needed something in the moment, and then over time it was all I needed, and I stopped thinking about my family, I stopped thinking about my friends, I stopped thinking about God, and I just really clinged on to the Xanax, I can say, I haven't taken those in I don't know how many years, 6 years, so praise Jesus. But something even worse than that addiction was me coming off my antidepressants. Lord have mercy on my soul. I ran out of some antidepressants not very long ago, okay? And I have never felt so crazy where I couldn't tell my mind to like be quiet. I couldn't calm myself down. Like now I've kind of self-helped myself enough to, if I'm having an anxiety attack, like I can breathe and I can get myself to like chill. This time I couldn't get myself to chill. Like everything was like clawing my eyes out. It was a feeling I can't even explain unless you've been through it. So I know if any of y'all have like struggled with alcoholism, if y'all struggled with drug addiction, like coming off of it and how it feels, it's insane. And I do not wish it upon anyone. I don't. But the truth is, in order to get to the rainbows, in order to get to the sunrise, we got to go through the darkness. We got to go through the storms. So you're going to have to just be willing and ready to say, hey, I know I'm going to have to go through this terrible time of my life, but I'm ready to just get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, Stop waiting. Stop procrastinating. Stop saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The only thing left I still have to do, I'm not going to lie to you guys, is since I was 40 years old, decided I was going to stop vaping, right? I'm going to stop smoking at 40. Like, it tells you in all kinds of articles that it's so bad for you. Smoking, whatever kind, is bad on your lungs. And, like, if you want to live, you can't smoke anymore. So at 40, I was like, I'm going to stop smoking. And I had my boyfriend at the time order me, the nicotine patches online, and I put them on, and they actually do work. I think I was more addicted to the habit of holding it in my hand, that when I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have something. So I would try like candy or suckers or whatever. But then I just kind of let it go at the end, and I know if I would have just had more willpower, I could stop. And that is literally the only thing that still has me right now, is the addiction of smoking. And I know I need to just say, hey, like, this is the time. Y'all are going to have to see me go through the struggle, because I have got to stop. Like, this has got to be my New Year's resolution. It was supposed to be it last year, and here I am a year later still doing it. I might have stopped 3 weeks here and there. I might have stopped a month and then got back into it. But it's the only thing that I am still clinging on to as an addiction, okay? So, as much as I'm not addicted to anything, I would have to say that I've literally been smoking since I was 32. I'm 40, okay? That's 8 years of smoking. That's an addiction, So, I'm aware of it. I realize it. My son really wants me to stop. I've really got to stop. And how powerful is that to do every day for you guys? So that's coming, all right? And I'm not doing it today. I'm just telling you. But I want you to know that I still have a struggle. But every day counts. And the fact that I know, like, just acknowledging that it's there is already the step to recovery, okay? So don't deny yourself the truth. Don't deny your family or your friends the truth. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to deny it. Just own it. And say, you're not strong enough, you're not big enough, then problem, and ask for help. And I guess when you really, really 100% want it, it'll happen, okay? So, 2 weeks, I was over the Xanax, didn't take it anymore. Each and every day, if somebody was like, oh my gosh, I have a pill for you, I would be like, oh my gosh, would I take it or not? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But I've done so good, I'm not around those kind of people that even have it. So I'm already in a better place. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're struggling with the alcohol, if you're struggling with the drugs or the pills or whatever it is, you got to stop hanging out with the people that have it. You got to stop allowing them in your life. You got to stop being around that it's not okay anymore, okay? Because you're bigger than that, and until they break free from it, it's not your responsibility to help save them. You've got to save yourself, okay? So that's all I can say on that note. I know from experience. I've done it, been there, done that. And I'm proud to say that I'm changed. Now, with that said, this is my little paperwork today. I don't know if you can see it all, but it says, sit with it. Instead of drinking it away, smoking it away, sleeping it away, and running away from it, just sit with it. It is the healing only that happens when you free it. All right? Sit with it. Instead of drinking it away, smoking it away, sleeping it away, running away, just sit with it, because it's the healing only happens when you free it. Now, to me, that's power, okay? Because not only was I doing it, I was sitting with it, I just had a part of my life, and finally it was like, no more of this. I need more of this, which is prayer and healing and good vibes and positivity. Like, I have a kid I gotta take care of. Like, I can't go down this bad road forever, Like, he has been my rock, he's been my reason, and I mean, I can't be any more thankful. I don't know how else to even say it to you guys, but you've got to know in your heart, like, nobody else can tell you. If people are like, oh my God, you know, she's an alcoholic or whatever, like, it doesn't matter if people are telling you that you have a problem. Until you realize that you have a problem, you're never going to realize it. So all I can say is I pray and I hope that one day it clicks to you guys that if you are struggling with your life and you have turned all these other things to get you to a mindset of, okay, I'm okay now that, you know, the Xanax has taken me over and I don't have the anxiety of someone breaking into my house anymore. I don't have the PTSD or the craziness, because I mean, like, it's still everyday struggle, and it's more of a seasonal struggle for me. I've noticed that closer to the summertime, like when it happened, is when my body reacts and I start acting a little crazier in May through July. So your body, your mind, everything like knows what you've been through. And you've got to be able to work your way step by step, day by day, to just be better, to know like, okay, I know I've been through some shit, but this isn't where I'm supposed to be. There's people out there that are rooting for you, and you don't even have to know them, you know? You really have just got to say, hey, I don't know how I got here. I don't know what I've done. I don't know everything that I've done that was bad, but like, I'm letting you know right now that I am sorry and I've got to move forward, because I don't know when tomorrow is going to end for me. Like, I don't know if today's the last day. I don't know, God, but I know that you are bigger, you are better, and you know everything. And I'm telling you right now, like, I'm giving it up, you know? And from that day forward, with your courage to say, hey, you had a problem, and with people by your side or with people in the background cheering you on, and with God knowing that you just opened up yourself and said, hey, I have a problem, and you told him, he's bigger than any of that. You're going to be able to get through this. It's not going to be easy, okay? Like I told you, literally 14 days, okay? I didn't have to go to a detox center. I didn't have to go to a mental institution or anything. I had to stay in bed. I didn't get to go to work. I was doing real estate at the time. I literally stayed in my room. I would get up, I would do laundry, I would cook, I would clean, and then I would go back to sleep. I think I slept, you know, I don't know how many hours a day, but like literally that was my life. Just trying to wake up and being like, okay, I don't need it anymore. And it literally took the whole 14 days to go, okay, I think I can get up today. I think I could stay up all day without having to say I need the Xanax to live. You know what I mean? So I know the struggle's there, guys. I've been through all of this. I'm not lying to you. Like, this is all real life. But it took my kids to tell me, like, hey, you're falling off the bridge right now. Like, stay in your lane. You're better than this. And then for them to just take it from me. So I don't know if you don't have anyone, that you have me just telling you, like, hey, if I was at your house right now and you were doing something that you shouldn't be doing all the time, I would be pouring it down the toilet and you would just have to suffer, you know? Like, make yourself just have the willpower and say, dude, God, I need you. There's a better life out there than this, and I'm tired of living this life. I deserve better. You know, stop living in the devil's lies, and just know that within 2 weeks, you're going to be better than this. Like, then you never have to look back. You're going to save money. You're going to be a better person. You're not going to be a zombie. You know, like, it changes your life in all kinds of aspects. So I just want you to know that I've been there. I've done that. You literally just have to go through it, and it's hell. It's not easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And you don't have to go somewhere to do it. You're just going to have to push through it. You know what I mean? So with that said, that was kind of a cool little quote, because it's saying, you know, I went through all this bad stuff, and, you know, I tried covering it up like a Band-Aid, like, oh, I have a boo-boo, so I'm going to use, you know, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that to feel better about my day, and, you know, she's just going to help me get through everything. Until I realized, okay, I never even really handled the problem. I never really acknowledged that, you know, something bad has really happened to me. Like, just cry it out. You didn't deserve it. You know, none of us deserve most of the bad stuff that we've even been through. Like, some of us have put ourselves in certain situations where it's like, if you weren't there, it would have never happened. Like, I understand that. But nobody deserves to get hurt. Nobody deserves to go through pain. Nobody deserves to feel like their world's falling apart because somebody else had more power over you. Like, none of that is okay. And I do not agree with that. I think that karma is real, and if you've went through any kind of struggle, any kind of hurt, any kind of pain because of someone else, like, just let it go. Work on yourself. Don't worry about them because somebody else has already got them. You know what I mean? But understanding that you just can't keep going on feeling sorry for yourself anymore, all right? Like, I think I wanted to blame my parents for getting a divorce and for dragging me and my brother through all of these, like, hard, crazy times as a young child. Because, I mean, I grew up in a Catholic school. I had Catholic parents and Baptist parents and grandparents, and just this great family, and we'd all get together on the holidays, and everything was beautiful, and we were all beautiful, and life was beautiful, and then life happens with my family, and my parents are getting divorced, and I'm not seeing my dad's side as much, and I love my dad's side of the family, and me and my brother are going to my mom's side of the family without my dad for holidays because our family is just so dysfunctioned, and like, it wore down on me and my brother. And I think for a long time, him and I have both, like, said, you know what? The reasons why we have been on the other side of the fence of God, or because we've decided to do this or do that, it's because of you guys. Like, we would have never been this way if y'all would have just stayed married. We would have never been this way if you would have cheated, lied, stole, did drugs or whatever. I would have never tried it if I didn't have you in my life to show me that that's what a road could be like, the highway to hell or whatever. Like, I kept blaming my parents for me doing the things that I chose to do. And then now it's like, I'm 40 years old. You cannot keep blaming other people for what you're going through right now. Like, I understand it's kind of easy to, like, take that way out. But when it really hits you and you're like, okay, I want to be older. I want to be more mature. I want to handle this like a lady. It's like, no matter what they did, that was their choice. And now going further or forward or whatever, it's been my choice. I've used that as an excuse, but, like, I don't think that's like getting a note from your teacher or whatever saying, oh, I'm going to the restroom or whatever, in case you get caught in the hallway, you have a pass. Like, I think I was trying to use it as a pass when really, in reality, they weren't saying go do this. They weren't saying, like, even though I'm messing up in life and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, you go do it. Like, they're probably saying, please don't do this because look what happened to our family. And here we are, like, living that lie because, I don't know, it just affected us, And I don't know how to explain it. I know if you've been in that situation, there's somebody out there that understands what I'm saying. But no, like, you can't use that as an excuse. And I am sorry that I held on for so many years trying to blame someone else for my own actions. Because at the end of the day, my parents pray that I'm going to turn out okay. They pray that my brother's going to turn out okay. They pray that we make good decisions. Even if they're doing something wrong in their life, you don't wish that upon your child. I have a child, and I know there's no way that you would acknowledge and allow that to happen to your own kids, okay? So just know that people mess up, people make mistakes, and you just got to be stronger, you got to be better, and you got to acknowledge that, hey, all right, I was weak. I want to be stronger for you guys. I need to get out of this rut, and I am willing to try each and every day to be bigger and better than my problem. I will no longer tell anyone that my problems are because of them. I take 100% ownership of everything I've done bad because I just made the choice to do it. Regardless of what my head was delusionally thinking, it was still my choice. And from today on, like, I know what I did was wrong. I've already apologized. I've given it to the cross. And I've moved forward. And that's all we can do, guys. Like, stop carrying it around as baggage. Stop blaming other people for everything that you've done that was wrong. And just let it go. Like, okay, like, life is way too short, guys. Like I told you, I don't know. I've missed over 10 people in my life just friends from high school that I can name that have died, whether it's overdosing, suicide, freaking car accidents because they were drinking and driving. Like, insane, great people, great souls, great hearts would have done something amazing with the world because of mistakes. And it's not okay. Like, it's not. And I don't wish this on anyone's child. I don't wish this on anyone's friends. And me and all of my friends from high school are still suffering for the rest of our lives for people that really mattered to us. And it's sad and it sucks. You know, like, I don't even want to sit here and just bawl my eyes out again. Like, this is real. This is deep. Like, and I know my school wasn't the only school that I suffered. I know there's other schools out there. And it's just, it's insane to think our world has come to this. Like, we've got to be better. We've all got to strive to just be better. Like, if you're going to drink, you're going to do drugs, you're going to do something, like, at least stay at someone's house. You know, no more car keys. Like, I don't know, no more texting and driving. I mean, there's so many little things, and it's the little things that are going to matter in the long run. If we just do the little things, we're going to save lives. You know? And I think if we would have known all of this back then and not been, like, naive to the situation and not been so, oh, you know, it's never going to happen to me. No. Anything is possible. You know, like, don't put yourself above anyone else because we're all equal. Like, your time is just whenever. You can't be any more careful, you know? Like, we really have got to just be better each and every day, no matter what. So it's like, it's frustrating to know that we have just struggled and life has just taken us, and not that they knew, like, okay, 100%, like, if they were going to take this pill or whatever, that they were not going to wake up. But the fact that they took a chance, their whole life was ruined because they took a chance. And it was a chance for the wrong thing. It was a chance for the devil. It wasn't the chance for God. And I've had so many chances, and I'm still breathing, and I'm still alive, and it's like, dear God, I feel terrible. I really do, because I have been blessed in so many different ways that, I mean, it's sad how much grace and mercy my family and my God has had over me, you know? And I know He has just as much for you, but until you realize it, until you really, like, swallow it and take it in, it's like, oh my gosh, like, I have got to do something good. I have got to try to, like, reach out to people however I can, because what a beautiful thing, you know? I can't even explain it. So anyways, about that, I wrote another little thing, and it says, sometimes the person you need to forgive the most is yourself. It's about letting go of the guilt, okay? It's about the shame and the self-blame. You carried it far too long, and now you deserve peace. And that kind of just comes right back to my statement. We have all been somewhere that we're ashamed of, that we're not okay with, that we've literally tried hiding in the dark, you know? I've known in past relationships that people have tried to act like there's this person, but behind closed doors or where no one's looking, there's somebody else. And it's like, looking at that, now that I'm out of the situations, you've got to know that struggle is real. You got to realize you got to keep up with all these lies. You got to keep up with all this persona that you're this and you're that, when really at the end of the day, you're really not there yet. You're not as great as you're making yourself seem. You're not as awesome as, you know, people are making you be, because you're in a dark place. And the only way you're going to get out of this dark place, guys, is if you acknowledge that you're there and you want to do better. And I mean, you think it's easy for me just to tell people, like, hey, I was a gold digger, and, you know, the last 4 years, I really tried to get my life together. I gave 130 million% to this guy. I was his one and only. I was so proud of myself. I didn't cheat on him mentally, physically, any of that. And that is huge for me. And it still didn't work out in the long run. You know what I mean? So my heart was shattered. It was like, oh my God, like I literally gave my all to my last boyfriend. And even my all wasn't enough. Why? Because it wasn't where I was supposed to be in the moment, okay? Like this is bigger than I am. And I can't explain how to get here. I don't know. It's just where I'm supposed to be, and I'm at peace with it. Sorry. But you just know when you are in the right place at the right time. Okay? And you could do everything in your whole power to just be right. But make sure you're right with you and make sure you're right with God. Because sometimes our rights in the moment, oh, this is so right for me, and this, it's not your purpose. It's not your gift from God. And until you really acknowledge, like, hey, I need you to tell me what's up. I need you to guide me. We're all kind of just living thinking we're doing the right things. But at the end of the day, when you step back and you realize and you analyze it, you're like, oh, wow, maybe this wasn't for me the whole time, like I've been delusional. So when you think if there's a God up there, he forgot your name, and hope looks like all but lost, just bring it to the cross. Okay? Who said grace can't reach the messed up ones like you and me? Has the devil made you believe the lies he tells you are true? Just when you think you're the one who's wandered too far, it's not too late to come home to the cross. Come and see our Savior's love that died to make us new. Nothing you have ever done can change the mercies done for you. Don't ever wonder if you're worth it. Just look up and see the cross. Every one of us has a list, at least a mile long, from everywhere that we've been and gone wrong, every scar, every sin. But there's a reason for rejoicing, and there's a reason that this list was made to be nailed to the cross. So come see our Savior, the love that died to make us all new. Nothing you have ever done can change his mercy for you. If that's not power, guys, I don't know what is. Because no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, no matter if you're behind bars, if you're in prison, if you've been to jail or back or whatever, if you've hurt someone, if you've done something so terrible, like you don't want to tell people about it. I don't know if, my method's the best to go on social media and say, hey, this is my life, this is what I've done, I've done drugs and I've done the sex stuff and all of this. Like maybe that's not okay, but my whole life I've been an open book, and it is what it is. You're either going to accept it, love it, or hate it. I don't care. I just want my testimony to be true, genuine. Like this is real life. These are the mistakes I have made in the past. I have come to acknowledge the mistakes I have made, and I have come to realize that I'm never going back there again. And that's power in itself, So take it however you want, but know it's an example that no matter what you've done, good, bad, ugly, whatever, you still have a place at the table. It's like having a wedding invitation that you have been RSVP'd to, right? And even if you didn't RSVP, your best friend or whatever, it's their wedding, and they're like, oh my God, you didn't RSVP, but we already gave you a spot at the table. It doesn't matter if you show up early, late, whatever. Your name tag is still going to be on that seat with the chair. It doesn't matter when you come, because your name is still there, correct? So it's like your name is already on the table to heaven. Whether or not you show up, that's on you. You were invited. We're telling you you're allowed to come, and the choice is yours. So really take that to heart. Really know that no matter what's going on, where you're at in life, he doesn't care. He just wants you to come. He wants you to come catch up. He wants you to, just be you, You don't have to fake it to make it. He knows exactly that you're not in a good place, or he knows that you're in such a good place that you don't need anyone, or whatever the situation is. I don't know your situation. All I know is everyone has a name at the table. I know that everyone has had Jesus Christ as their Savior to die for their sins. So no matter what you've done, if you've accepted that you have done wrong. Now, and I like this kind of analogy where it's like, man, if I made somebody mad and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and then you kind of just brush your shoulders off or whatever, did that sorry really mean anything? Was that genuine? Like, I'm not saying you can just come and be like, hey, God, I'm so sorry for what I've done, but not like cry, not like mean it. Like, literally, I have broke down 100%, didn't know where I was going in life. Like, I have done it all. I've tried my hardest. I've done this, and I keep ending up nowhere. Like, I keep running into this dead end, and I've tried everything. You know, I've tried to make everybody happy, this, and I've lost myself along the way, okay? I've acknowledged all of this is real and true, and being as vulnerable and being like, okay, this is my life, this is who I am, and I'm so sorry, and like, you can feel it from the depths of your soul. You know the difference. So like, you're gonna have to really mean it to receive it, guys. You can't just be like, oh, I'm sorry, and hey, I heard you're real, like, holler at me when you're ready. You know, like sending a little instant message on Facebook to a girl or a boy that you think is cute, and like, hey, hit me up, or whatever it's called, instant IM or whatever. I don't even know all the things. But you can't be like that with God. You got to be 100% ready to rock and roll, ready to change your lifestyle, ready to do the hard work, ready to take the 14 days to get sober. But you can do it. And at the end of the day, it's beautiful. And at the end of the day, life changes. And at the end of the day, beautiful blessings come, okay? And they're not just going to happen for me, they're going to happen for you. So stop living with the guilt, stop living with the lies. Be free, break the chains, ask God for forgiveness, take your shower, wash over you, let all the bad stuff drain down. Like, I totally believe in, everybody getting saved again, and, an actual pastor, ordained pastor, praying over you and, making you new again. But I honestly believe that if you are one of those people that have anxiety or social distancing between people, I get how the world has made us all a little crazy, and you don't want to be out in a crowd or whatever. Like, I really honestly believe that you can do it on your own, but it's got to come from your heart. It's got to come from your soul. Like, it's got to be meaningful. You know the difference if you tell somebody, oh, I love you, and it's just like, I love you, but like, I really love you. Like, I want good things to happen to you. Like, you've got to be able to hear it in my voice and like know that this is really who I am. And I'm like cheering you guys on each and every day. I don't even know who everybody is. But all I know is if I'm reaching one person out there, I'm reaching two people out there. And then if I'm reaching two people, those two people can reach out to two other people. And it's going to end up turning into this amazing thing. I have faith. I believe. I can feel it through my fingertips to my toes. I don't know how to explain it. It's just real. It's real. So as long as you are feeling it, you let it come out of you, whether you cry, you scream, you break stuff, I don't know what you need to do to heal, but you've got to take the steps to get there, because you don't know if you have tomorrow. So you have it right now. And I've given you tons and tons and tons of tools in the last 4 days to basically write down your problems, figure out where you've been, figure out where you want to go. And all you got to do is start right now and try. I'm not asking you to go run a 5-mile marathon right now. And if you can't run 5 miles, then, there's no chance for you. Like, no, I don't even care if you walk to the mailbox or don't. Like, it's not about who gets there the fastest, right? It's about just getting there. Okay. And some people are going to get there faster than others, but as long as you get there, that's all that matters. You're still going to get the trophy. So really, that's all I've got to say. I hope it made sense to you guys. But yeah, every day, every moment, every step counts, okay? I'm rooting for you guys, just like the people in my life have rooted for me. And it might have taken 40 years for me to figure it out, but I'm finally here, and I'm finally happy, and I'm content, and I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. Great things are going to happen with you guys. Great things are going to happen with me, and we're just going to rock and roll this world. You watch and see. All right, well, happy Friday. I pray everybody has a great weekend. I will definitely be back tomorrow, if not tonight. Who knows? I know I'm going to be listening to a lot of music, and y'all know I like to dance, so I might be posting some videos just because I'm alone and it's a Friday night. All right, love you guys. Bye.